25 years ago, a very few of my fellow students and I took at that time a solitary decision. While everyone else were pulled out in the oil and gas industry, who was mobilizing more than recruiting, I chose the direction of energy efficiency and heat pumps. Professor Arne Bredesen and Professor Gustav Lorentzen was my impressive mentors. Gustav Lorentzen, called Jern Gustav for those who know him, was among my impressive mentors. After trying to convince the Norwegian government about the importance and advantage of heat pumps, he also tried to convince the Norwegian government about the importance of thermodynamics. He almost gave up and started traveling to Japan and to the Far East to talk to people that knew his knowledge and experience. Ladies and gentlemen, believe me, it's a great pleasure being together with you at this year's conference in Trondheim, our National Center of Technology. We are gathered in a small city, rich in cultural history, but also in a city that is becoming rich in technology, with several high-profile companies and research institutions. The organization I manage, Enova, was established here, in fact only 5 minutes from here, due to the surrounding sources of synergies and recruitment, including the Norwegian University of Science and Technology. There are exciting times ahead. The Rio conference is approaching, and Technoport will be one of the many important voices. The importance and the urgency of our efforts in greening our economy is underlined by hard and disquieting facts. According to the International Panel of Climate Change, limiting global warming to 2 degrees Celsius requires the world to cut emissions by 50 to 85% by 2050. On the other side, the International Energy Agency has stated that the world's primary energy demand will increase 40% by 2030. And if we do not change our direction, more than 80% of this increase will be met by fossil fuels. Looking for the green gold and future industrial growth is also necessary, not only driven by climate change and question of energy supply, but also to keep up the activity in the European economy facing growth and increased competition from other emerging countries. At Enova, we believe in change. We believe in stimulating solutions that create lasting change in the market. In greening our economy, we need to lessen our dependence on fossil fuels by facilitating the growth of green alternatives. While most of the economists are discussing how to increase the price of fossil fuels by a demanding international quota system, we have to increase the focus on the alternatives. We believe future sustainable development stems from the green solutions of today, and we are completely depending on your ideas. Together with you, Enova already have achieved exciting results over the past 10 years. Let me mention a few key figures. 4,000 projects have been supported, making our industry more energy efficient. In addition, 18,000 households have received our support. These projects contribute to a reduction of 9 million tons of carbon dioxide annually, equaling 15% of the greenhouse gas emission in Norway. So, support from Enova has so far triggered green investments in the market nearing 45 billion Norwegian kroner. With active support from our side, Norwegian households alone have invested 1.5 billion Norwegian kroner. Over the past 10 years, we have achieved a total energy result of 16.6 terawatt-hours in increased energy efficiency and or conversion into renewables. So far, so good. We need to step up our efforts in greening our economy and looking for the green gold. Natural disasters are becoming increasingly common, and with a global view, the powerhouse economies of China and India will demand vast amounts of energy in the years to come. Coupled with a global population that may reach 10 billion by 2050, we are facing increased pressures and demands to change our path. And what could be the future Norwegian position in this change? The Norwegian landscape is unique and challenging. Many of you have explored our remote mountains, beautiful waterfalls, and long-stretching coastline. The Norwegian natural landscape mirrors our energy landscape. At least it goes a long way into explaining our energy mix. What makes us stand out is the high share of electricity in our energy consumption, extensive power-intensive manufacturing, and the fact that electricity is a more common source of heating than in other countries. Our electricity sector relies on our waterfalls. In fact, hydropower represents 99% of the total electric power produced in Norway. Our reliance on hydropower represents a key challenge and a major possibility. One key question will be, are we prepared to further develop and utilize the Norwegian nature resources in the increased need for renewable energy? Since the discoveries of North Sea oil in Norwegian waters during the late 60s, oil and gas have become a crucial element of Norwegian economy. This adds an important dimension to what some people have coined a national sleeping pillow, fueled by our oil and gas riches. Do we manage to increase the speed looking for the green gold, at the same time facing increased activity in the oil and gas sector, and transfer this knowledge and financial muscles to the next generation in a sustainable way? On the backdrop of our current financial landscape, with debt challenges in Europe, we have experienced a marked reduction in the applications for renewable energy projects. In short, the willingness to invest is lower than in previous years. Given the current global financial landscape, how can we stimulate investments in capital-intensive technology, such as environmental technology and renewable energy projects? There is no hiding the fact that we are blessed with vast energy resources in Norway. Petroleum activities have contributed significantly to our economic growth and to the financing of our welfare state. Our industries have been powered by renewable energy for well over 100 years. In all these concerns, Norway once again has a unique point of departure, and it's a question about the long-term decisions. I would like to reflect on how we address these challenges and possibilities at Enova. First of all, we must keep up the work with energy efficiency. The heat pump revolution in Norway is, however, perhaps the best example of how we will do that also in the future. In 2003, the Norwegian heat pump market was immature, with few suppliers and high prices. Today, we have a well-functioning heat pump market in Norway. No less than 400,000 out of 2.2 million Norwegian households have so far installed heat pumps. The number of suppliers has increased considerably, and prices have dropped. Our subsidy scheme has contributed to this development, leading an increasing number of consumers to choose the heat pump alternative for their heating needs. At Enova, we seek a lasting change in the market. Every year, we channel funding to projects that enhance energy efficiency. With our support, 6.3 terawatt-hours are saved annually through energy efficiency projects. That will be of increased importance in our work to develop the next generation of Norwegian industry by energy efficiency and conversion. In the building sector, creating a market for passive houses is a very important objective for Enova. In spite of the financial turbulence, several entrepreneurs are investing successfully, and by doing so, demonstrating how future competitiveness is created. The district heating business is an excellent example. So far, district heating is established or is under construction in 70% of our cities. With our support, the district heating business has created a lasting alternative to electricity and oil for heating. Norwegian land-based wind power represents a market with substantial future potential. In total, we have supported 18 wind power projects that are expected to deliver an annual production of 2.1 terawatt-hours. A recent project we have supported is the Høgern wind farm, which was put into service last year. Each of the 26 turbines has a power output of 2.3 megawatts. This project serves as an excellent example of how we have managed to break down difficult barriers of knowledge and finance. On January the 1st, Norway entered into the Swedish green certificate market. This will replace our investment support to wind project. Meanwhile, we will look to develop new technologies to ensure lasting change in other renewable markets. The wind power story is a story about how we assist players in overcoming risk barriers. The current technology challenge, we believe, stems from various forms of market failures, resulting in lower investment in innovation. At Enova, we will increase our focus on the space between research and development and commercial exploitation. We assist early phase technology in overcoming barriers, and up to 50% of the cost of upscaling new technology from your labs and into the market could be covered by us. All of us are present here today share the same objectives. We all want governments, research institutions, and companies alike to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We also want to address energy security concerns in a sustainable manner. Lastly, we are, at least most of us are, concerned with developing competitive business for the future. Our objectives are interlinked. Our task at Enova, with almost 2 billion Norwegian kroner this year, is to ensure that the numbers of opportunities exceed barriers in the market. Over the past year, I have been participating in a committee reflecting on Norway's energy balance towards 2050. In the beginning of March, on time, we handed over our report to the ministry. Our recommendation underlined a need for increased focus on education and innovation. Professor Gustav Lorentzen was rarely impressed, but I hope he would experience some improvements from the governmental side listening to me today. Together with you, I don't any longer feel loneliness working working with new technologies in this field of energy efficiency and sustainable technology. At Enova, we will do our part. In close cooperation with you, we will develop sustainable ideas every day looking for the green gold. Thank you for your attention.